going on, guys? And I'm very excited to bring you guys a brand new pickup video where I have got something absolutely amazing to share with you guys that I recently purchased, and it blew my mind when I first had the opportunity to buy this, especially for so cheap. And I'm talking about an entire collection of mostly sealed, never been opened Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. And I'm telling you, some of these games are just exquisitely preserved. And some of them, as you guys can see, have been opened. They still have the plastic wrap on them, but whoever opened them with like an X-Acto knife and just cut across the top. They're all complete. They're all in mint shape, and I got them dirt cheap. This was $4.99 for this game. Absolutely insane. And I got this entire tub worth, I think there's like 60 to 65 games. And we're just going to run through them real quick just so I can show you guys how many games I got for how cheap I got. I'm very excited. So anyway, Donkey Kong Land 2 on the Game Boy. Great game. This is the Game & Watch Gallery 1, Game & Watch Gallery 2 and 3. And those ones are all open. I think all the open ones are on top here, but we'll get some sealed games at the bottom. For the Game Boy Color, we have Turok Rage Wars, Galaga Factory Sealed, Mickey Mouse Magic Wands Factory Sealed, Kirby Star Stacker. That's a great game, actually. A lot of these games I already have. I didn't have the box for them, obviously, because you never see Game Boy boxes anymore. They're cardboard. They get torn up, thrown away, and they're kind of old. And like just to see this many in one spot was amazing, especially for this cheap. But Tomb Raider, got a bunch of Tomb Raider games actually. Centipede on the Game Boy. Montezuma's Return. This one is Earthworm Jim on the original Game Boy. It's factory sealed. This is I've heard it's a really hard game to come by complete in box, let alone sealed. I don't really know what the value on this is, but I'm assuming it's at least $100. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into this game. This is actually one the thing that sucks about some of the sealed games is I actually kind of wanted to play them, but since they're sealed, I never open the seal on games. This is Iridium 3D. It's a side-scrolling shooter. And this box, like I said, is just absolutely packed to the brim with these. So this video could be a little bit longer than I expected. Another Tomb Raider game, factory sealed. Pac-Man World. Donkey Kong Land 3. Pretty cool game there. And these ones are the ones I was really excited to see. Some of these ones. These are the NES Classic series, so the original Donkey Kong game. That's really cool box art. Just original NES collection here. Metroid. That one's awesome. These box arts are absolutely insane. Zelda 2. Cool game as well. Let's see. What else we got in here? This is Iridium 2. That same game, but the second version of it. You guys can see that one. I'm probably not getting these close enough to the camera to see, so I'll get a big picture of all of these so you guys can get a better look at them after. Crazy Castle 3, Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, Animaniacs, great cartoon. I've never played the game, and that one's actually open, so I might actually play that one. Game Boy Arcades Classics 1. This is R-Type DX, another great shooter. This is Arcade Classics 2 on the Game Boy. This is Turok, the original on the Game Boy. Bomberman, what is this called? Bomberman Pocket. That one's really cool. And this is a game I've been after for quite some time. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. And that is Mania on the original Game Boy. It's actually developed by Nintendo. It's a first-party Nintendo game. I've wanted to play it for so long. I could never find a copy of it for cheap. And I finally found it complete, almost sealed. And that's awesome. This is Mortal Kombat, which I'm sure the Game Boy version is terrible, but still. This is Super Mario Deluxe, classic game for the Game Boy Color. I actually have this game. It's one of my favorite Marios to play. This is the original Donkey Kong Land. This is like the only box that was beat up out of the whole bunch. That was the only one that wasn't in mint condition. Oh, here's a good game. I've heard so much about this game. I've never seen it. It goes for about $25 loose. I'm not sure what it goes for, complete or sealed, but that is Astro Boy on the GBA, and it's a side-scrolling shooter. I believe it's by Sega. So that's actually really cool. I'm really excited to play this one. That's one I've actually been after for a while. I heard about it in Pickups video from somebody, and they said it was really good, so I want to give that one a try. This is just Chess Master, sports kind of game, and this one is called Best of the Best Championship Karate. So there's that. And then I believe, yes, so every game from now on is sealed. Like some of the ones I showed you were sealed, some weren't, but everything from now on is going to be sealed, completely factory sealed, never opened. And that, starting out with Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color, which is just a port of the SNES title. So that's really cool to see. Looney Tunes Carrot Crazy. That's a cool one. Never played that game. These ones are really cool. The Super Mario Bros. Advance games. They're just basically Super Mario Bros. 3, but just with added levels. These are actually really cool games. I've played these. I actually have these, but I didn't have the box. But these are sealed versions of them, so that's really cool to have. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these sealed games, guys. So there's still 40 more games in here we're going to go through, and they're pretty high titles. Like, for instance, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, sealed. Like I said, I don't know why I'm still telling you guys they're sealed. You get that they're all sealed. But yeah, this is a cool game. I've never actually played this one, so I'm kind of upset that I can't open it and play it, because I've heard good things. This one is one of my favorite handheld games ever, and that is Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Factory sealed. That's actually one of my favorite games. I have a loose copy of it, so I'm not worried about it. Wario Land 3. I don't think I've ever played this game. I remember playing Wario Land 4, but not 3. Yoshi Topsy-Turvy. This is a game I never played. I've seen it. It's got like a tilt pack, I guess it's called. Like a little bit bigger cartridge. It's green, and it's like tilt controls. I'm not sure exactly how it plays, but I'll probably never know now that it's sealed. Donkey Kong Country 2. Another SNES port. Perfect condition. What else we got here? Let's see. This is Yoshi's Island Super Advance 3. Another great game. Super Mario Advance 2. Can't go wrong with sealed Mario games. Kirby Tilt and Tumble. This is a cool game as well. It's another one of those games, like I said, it has a motion thing. You tilt it. I never played that one, unfortunately, though. I've never played it. And for some reason, some of these are stuck together, and I'm real scared I'll break the seal on one of these games, so I might have to put them somewhere else. But this is Warioware, a great game. I actually have this game loose. I've played it an awful lot. This is a sealed Super Mario Bros. NES Classic. Probably the most expensive game in the whole lot as far as sealed goes. It goes for about over $100, I would say, if it goes for sealed. I don't really collect for sealed, so I don't know what I'm going to do with these, because I don't like to collect for sealed games, because I like to play the games I own. So maybe I'll trade them, maybe I'll keep them. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll see. This game is one I've heard about, really cool game, and that is Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Yeah, and it's on the GBA. I think Classic Game Room did a review on this not too long ago, if I remember correctly, and he said it was really cool. But that's a sealed copy of that. Toonsylvania. I've never heard anything about this game. It looks to be a cheap platformer by Ubisoft. I've never heard anything about that game. I guess it's a cartoon on Cartoon Network. It used to be, maybe. Battle Tanks. Actually enjoyed this game on the N64. I've played it through the N64 many times. Griffin. Good game. This one's actually really cool. Star Wars Yoda Stories. That's pretty bitchin'. Love Star Wars. This one is super cool. Kingdom Hearts. And is it Chain of Memories? Yeah, Chain of Memories, I think it's called. A Square Enix game, sealed. Always cool to see. This one might be my favorite, right? We'll save this one. Actually, we'll just do it right now. This one's my favorite of the whole group, and that is Metroid Zero Mission. Awesome game, sealed. I've not played this one. I've heard good things. I've played other Metroid games on Game Boy, but not this one. It sucks that I can't open it up and then play it, but I don't know, I'm sure I'll get a loose copy of it eventually. Mario Pinball Land. And I guess I could have been saying the prices on all of these. The stickers are on them, what I paid for them. I think the most expensive one was Metroid at $24.99, and the most, if not all of them, were $4.99 or $12.99. So like, they probably averaged out to like $10, $15 a piece. This one's really cool. Blaster Master Enemy Below on the Game Boy Color. It's a reimagining of the original Blaster Master on the NES, which is a very popular game by Sunsoft. So that one's cool. I've never played that one though. I thought this had really cool artwork, and I just bought it for the hell of it. The Smurfs on Game Boy, very cool game. Wacky Races on Game Boy Color, another cool game I've never heard of. I'm sure it's a racing game. It's a kart racer, it looks like. I don't know much about this game, but maybe I'll play it one day. This is Oddworld Adventures, like the Abe's Oddworld game, kinda. It's the same kind of thing. It's just a Game Boy Color version of it, which is pretty cool. I'm getting down to about 10 or so left, so we'll go through these pretty quick. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire version on the GBA. That's a cool game. I love Pokemon. Daffy Duck on the original Game Boy. It's a platforming game, I assume. Frogger on the original Game Boy. Sonic Advance 2, which is awesome. It's just basically the original Sonic's games put onto a GBA cartridge, I believe. And actually I have Sonic Advance 3 as well. So these two games are freaking awesome. I love Sonic, and I paid $4.99 a piece for them sealed. Moving on, and this will be the last four. I guess I could have saved a really cool game for the end, but these are the last four here. So Turok 3, Shadow of something. I'm not really big into Turok games for whatever reason. Star Wars Trilogy Apprentice the Force, another Star Wars game. That's awesome. I love Star Wars. Super Mario Advance, the first one. Another great game. The Super Mario Advance series is super awesome. It's just a great redone version of Mario. Can't go wrong with those. And finally, the last one we have for you guys here today I bought was Wario Land 4, and this was the one Wario Land game I've ever played. And again, all factory sealed. So that was about, I think I spent a little bit under $500 on all of them, and I believe there was right around 60 to 65 games, and I spent just under 500 on them. So yeah, I was stoked. Let me pull out some of the bigger ones again for you guys, so you guys can kind of see some of the better ones that are just insane to get for these prices. You never see games like this, especially at a full retail store selling this, was selling these, so you can see Metroid, Mario's, Kirby's, Yoshi's, Kingdom Hearts, Sonic, Earthworm Jim. And the sad thing about this is, as much of a deal as I got with these games, I was not the first person to pick through, unfortunately. I was the second person to pick through these games, and I missed out on some incredibly hard to find stuff. The guy in front of me had a stack about this high. He had all the Pokemon. He had Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, I think all the way up to Leaf Green. So he had a stack of Pokemon games like that, and they're all $24.99 a piece, sealed. And they go from anywhere between $200 to $500. So he probably made out like a bandit on those. I missed out on all the Pokemon games. I was sad about that, but I'm not going to complain. There's also Gargoyle's Quest on the original Game Boy was in there, sealed. That's a very hard game to come by with the complete box. Extremely rare to see that sealed. It was probably a $500, $600, $700 game, I would have had to guess. I don't think I've seen one sealed ever. So that was really cool. They got in front of me, picked that up. He also picked up all the Castlevania Legends games, a couple of other things like that. And he picked out some of the higher end, higher dollar games before I got there. So I'm not going to complain. I got a great haul. I'm not going to complain about what I got. I missed a few things. Yes, I would have loved to have the Pokemons, but to be able to buy, Mario games sealed from 2004 or even earlier is absolutely insane. You don't see stuff like that, so I was very excited to do that, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Let me just go through some of these again. Like I said, I'm going to close up of these. Just beautiful shape, not a dent in the boxes, not a hole in the tears. The only thing that sucks is these stickers. the game store to put these stickers on them. That's kind of unfortunate. I did order something that will take them off, hopefully, because I don't want to break the seal on the games. That just seems like it'd be a terrible thing to do, to break all the seals just to get that sticker off. So I'm going to try and figure something out with the stickers. Hopefully I can get that taken care of and they'll look good on the shelf, or maybe if I trade them for other stuff. Because I'm not really into collecting this big. I don't really have the shelf space for this many games. I mean, I might keep a handful of these, but I am going to Retropalooza next week in Texas, Arlington, if you guys are going to be around there. You might be able to buy or trade some of these for me, because I just don't have the space for them. But for this cheap, I thought I'd pick them up and I'd move them along to somebody that would appreciate them. So anyway, let me know what you guys' thoughts down in the comments are. What's your favorite Game Boy or Game Boy Advance game? What's your favorite handheld? I'd love to know all that down in the comment section, so leave a comment down below. And if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe for more gaming videos, pickup videos, and cartoons, and all kinds of fun stuff like that in your sub box daily. But until next time, guys, remember, it's always K-Mac time. Somewhere, so take it easy, and peace out.